What's going on, y'all? I know it's been a while since I posted a video, but it's been hectic. So today I'm doing a video on my younger cousin. I'm doing a 1.5 on the side. So the cut is basically it's gonna be a 1.5 and a low ball taper. So I'm doing the 1.5 on the side just to take off the bulk, and then I'm gonna go back in the next video, or not the next video, the next segment of the video with clipper over comb. Stay tuned, y'all. So I have my clipper over comb, and basically I'm just gonna be combing the hair down, and the weight that you see right there on the side, that's the hair I'm gonna be clipping. So what you want to do, you want to have it at a straight angle, basically all the way straight. I guess like a 90-degree angle. I'm not too sure with the geometry. I never really was good at math, but as you see, the hair that is poking out, that's the hair that I'm clipping. So make sure that make sure you don't patch somebody too, because that's very, very important. So for the back taper, I'm going to be using my cordless wall detailers for the ball line, because I'm using these because I usually use them on kids because I don't really want to scratch their skin or irritate their skin, because they have a little baby skin. So I'm just using this, and make sure that the ball line is straight. It's not that straight on the right side, so please don't give me crap. Okay, thank you. So for the blending part, I have my cordless Andis Masters. I used these on my last video. These clippers are nice, man. So make sure that the open lever, I'm using an open lever right here. I'm making it about a 1/2 inch wide or long, if whatever way you want to see it. Make sure that it is straight. So the reason I do that is so that I give myself space to do the close halfway then open. So that's how I do it. That's the technique I use. You guys can use something else, but I just use the halfway, or not the halfway, the open. I use open about 1/2 inch. So I'm closing up that thing, and I'll be doing it to take out that bottom line right there. So make sure that it is all the way closed. My method is close halfway open, close halfway open. I play with my levers a lot so I can give it that blend the way that I want it. I always tell everybody that everybody has their own style. So if you want to create your own style, just play with the levers a lot. It might take some time, but you know what it's supposed to look like. So whatever way that you want it to look like, that's the way that you can do it. So just close halfway open, play with that lever a lot, and create your own style. So for this next step, I have my purple magnetic guard for my Andis Masters. Make sure that since I already did a 1.5 on the side, you're really not gonna see much of a difference if I make the guideline, because a one purple guard with a 1.5 wall guard is basically kind of the same thing. I just feel like the purple guard is a little bit shorter. So Again, making the bald line, or not the bald line, the guideline. I'm making the guideline. I'm sorry. I need to stop saying bald line. Okay, I'm making the guideline about like half an inch. You can't really see it, but I'm just doing it just to clean it and make it, just clear it all up, so that way I can follow my guidelines. That's basically the main important thing of cutting hair and blending, is following the guidelines. So I'm making about half an inch, just lowering it down, and then make sure that it is straight, or in this case you can't really see it, but in the most cases in cutting hair, make sure that the guideline is straight. Now for the Zero magnetic guard for the Andes Masters. I'm using these ones because, I mean, the magnetic guards are the best ones. I see it, Jorge. Take it easy. See you, sir. But I have the thing all the way closed, the lever all the way closed, and I'm just going to be flicking out. Flick, flick, flick. That's basically the best thing, because when you flick out, I don't know, I feel like once you flick out, when it's closed into an open one, it blends in so much cleaner. So you watch, you can see how fast I do this. Watch. I'm just flicking. Flick, flick, flick. Flick. I'm not using a full guard, not the full blade or anything. I'm using half of it. As you can see, see, boom, boom, boom. It's taking everything out. Taking everything out. See how quickly that was? I don't know. Whoever made this up, I don't know. But I learned this off somebody. Actually, no, I learned it off 360 Jeezy. That guy, yeah. Whoever that guy is. But I learned it from him, and it was perfect. Like, I seen him do it so quickly, so I'm like, man, let me try this, and boom. That's how it was. So for the side taper, it's basically the same steps as the back taper. I'm gonna be balding out with my wall detailers. It's the same thing. But I'm gonna be going over it with you guys again, because I care about you guys and I want you to learn from this video. So make sure that the bald line is straight. I kind of arched it a little bit because I kind of want to keep the sides darker. So yeah. So with my open lever here, I'm using the corners. I'm going to be making the guideline. So I'm going to be following the ball line I made previous to this guideline. So I'm kind of arching it a little bit. Like I said, I kind of want to keep it dark on the the lineup. So just follow that guideline, and yeah. Again, I'm closing that thing up. Close, using the corners. Just flicking. Always use corners, flick, flick, corners. That's how I roll. Then I'm going halfway with so you open up the lever just a little bit halfway, and you want to play with it, and open halfway, close halfway, open. I play with it a lot. For most of you guys that watch my videos, I do say close halfway, open a lot, and play with the lever, because that's how I blend. I mean, some people might do it differently, but I just like giving it that blurry look. Using that one guard now, open it up. It's not really gonna make a big difference because I did use a 1.5 on the side, so I'm just lightening it up, so that when I use my zero guard, I can just blend right into it and be easy, So make sure that you don't really want to go too far behind the ear, because nobody wants that type of taper. I mean, some people do, but he doesn't. So I have my zero guard here. I'm gonna close it up and just use my corners a lot, just to clean up some areas that are dark. It might not look like I do need to, but with my eye, as I'm cutting it, I see it. But I'm only just doing it just so I can clean it up, get some dark spots, and you feel me. So yeah, just make sure you use the corners in the method, close halfway open method. So yeah. So for the lineup, if you ever see that little kid in the video that's walking back and forth, that's my other little cousin. I don't know what's wrong with him. He's just everywhere. So for this, there he goes again. So for the lineup, I'm starting from the middle, and then I'm working my way to the side to side. I've always told you guys to start in the middle to give it that base, and then work from left to right or right to left, whichever way that you want to do it. But I like to start from the middle because I've always had success starting from the middle, then working my way side to side. I know most guys, if whoever's watching this, you want me to fix up his unibrow there. I didn't want to touch it. It's because that's not my, I don't know if he wants to keep it or not. But fear the brow. Fear the brow. I will cut it next time because that's hella annoying. Just looking at that bulk of hair in the middle of his face. Next time I'll do it though. So I'm just taking down his hair with the scissors. I'm doing it probably like finger length because he wants to have like a little messy crop top. I'm not sure what he wants, but I actually cut my finger pretty bad while doing this. You're gonna see in one of the parts that I paused a little bit. I'll show you. I'll tell you when I do it. But it was I cut it bad. I think it was somewhat right there. Right there. Boom. I cut my finger bad, and it sliced it. That's why I had to pause it. Now that I trimmed down his hair, I'm gonna be using a texture powder. I don't know what texture powder this is. I'm just using it. I couldn't find my other one, so I'm just spraying it in. So I'm just basically what you want to do with texture powder is make sure that it's set in there nice and neat, so that way when you just mess it up, I mean, it looks messy. That's the point of this cut. It's a messy cut. I'm not sure what I call it, but yeah, you just want to just rub your fingers through it, then just